Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. So, we're going to check out Jen's boring Q&A. I skimmed... Sugar Bear went under the desk. What else would it be, a video? We're going to check out Jen's boring Q&A, and let's just take a little look here. I've wrote some notes into the questions that people really wanted to hear. And again, she didn't go into what anybody wanted to hear. She's like, oh, we're going to get into a few sassy ones. There was a couple, but it was mainly cat talk. The whole thing was about the cat. You guys know how I feel about the cat. We'll get in... Oh, wow, it's raining. It's so warm with this ring light on, and it's warm in this little room, so hopefully the rain doesn't bother the video and get a little fresh air flowing through here just because it's so stuffy. So, I noticed a couple things that I was thinking about and I've seen here and there. So, remember when she did the crochet bears and was donating the money to charity? She never did tell which charity she donated the money to. And then I've noticed people saying that they're getting blocked when they even ask about the charity bears, the crochet bears, where the money went. Don't say you're going to do this, that, and the other if you're not going to do it. And did the people, I would love to know this, let me know if you are turned non-Gen supporter. What about the orders that were paid up front? Did the people ever get the orders? That's another thing, let me know if you guys know any of the action on that. Did the people that paid up front get their orders? And I've never seen where the money for the charity bears went. Like I said, anyone that I've seen talk about it, they've mentioned getting blocked. Another Q&A question that was popular was, why don't you walk? Why don't you get out the chair? Why do you eat so much processed foods? Why haven't you went into inpatient yet? And did Dr. Now really contact you? Is that true? She did not address any of these questions. Spoiler alert, and let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, you may wonder why I've kind of strayed down a snack of the day. We've did a little bit here and there. We have a full snack of the day haul coming up, so that's kind of what I've been saving stuff for that. So next week, we'll kind of really break it down then and get into a little more of the Halloween stuff and the snacks of the day. I did do one in the Foodie Beauty Weekly Update. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it without further ado. And hopefully this rain with this window open doesn't bother the video. And Shuggles is laying down. Hopefully she will stay laid down. And yeah, so we've got this background just cracks me up. And like I said, guys, their sock puppet account is the Bogster. Don't worry, guys. They don't offend me. Jen's sitting around, wheeling around in this wheelchair. Come on now. I'm not bothered, not shook, not stunned by them in any single way. So, don't worry about, like I said, the one video he called me a drag queen. That sounded a little homophobic, buddy. You better be careful. So, alright. You never know. Jen might have somebody that's a drag queen and you're offending people. This background cracks me up. It's so funny.
Welcome to you as well. My name is Jennifer, and this is my channel. Today I'm going to do some reading viewer comments.
So the shirt's not even... Shirt slid off the arm, as you can tell. You guys, I really need to pull. Here we go. Shuggles, buddy. There we go. Get this cord out of her way, too. But, look at the shirt hanging down her arm. Couldn't even, it's just no, nothing,
Sometime. And I haven't been reading a lot of the comments. I had said I wasn't going to read any of the comments. And then when I signed in to my YouTube Studio Creator little app thing, I can see some of the comments, and sometimes I scroll through them and reply to some, sometimes more than others, sometimes I don't.
Honey, they are on these comments like white on rice. They're on these comments, excuse me, on other channels. Sorry, I do apologize. I am very raspy the last couple of days. I usually do have a raspy voice, but, excuse me, if you're new, I constantly don't clear my throat, and the weather with it being hot, and cold has really been messing with my throat. I painted in the camper, as I said in the foodie video, and it was absolutely freezing. My toes were cold. But, anyways, we're not going to go, like, we're going to skip through some of these some of these cat parts when she really goes on and on. This was not a Q&A. It's the you said it, I read it. This is like a cat Q&A. Is basically talking about the new cat is what this all boiled down to, legitimately. You guys know how I feel about the cat situation. I think it's ridiculous. The woman doesn't even walk. How can she dump a litter box? If Jean would leave, who's going to dump the litter box? You can't tell me that she's dumping. She used to call her cousin to take out the trash and do things like that. So, come on now. Like, animals need time, love, and affection. While we know she's got time. But as far as being able to get up and move, drive them to the vet, get them there, if an emergency panned out. Just with the last little guy, you know, so... Anyways, let's get to it. Yeah, but we will be skipping through where she's rambling on about this cat. I have nothing against cats, but I just feel that she did not need another cat.
I don't look at them at all. It just depends on what kind of mood I'm in or what moves me at that moment. So I thought I would read through some of the comments with you guys and see what you guys had to say. And if there's any kind of questions that come up in the comments or concerns or anything that I want to talk about, we will talk about them when I read them. So I'm just going to do top comments for the last couple videos, and that's how I'll pick the comments. Alright, the first group of comments I'm going to read from was our video introducing Miss Luna Moon. And
dude, put the cat down. Put the cat down. It's not a stuffed animal. It's not a toy. It's looking down like it wants down. She's got a clench on it. Put the cat down. It's not a toy.
Miss Esmeralda Moon, and I sometimes call her Luna Moon. We call her Luna for short, but sometimes I just call her Luna Moon, huh? She's gotten so big, guys, in 2 weeks that we've had her. We were just comparing photos of her first little photo. And she has such a sassy little personality.
She wants down, look.
Don't you? See, I have a
look,
sassy
it's
little
like,
girl.
Sorry, we're catching a hell of a glare.
I'll also insert a couple clips of her playing with her
Look,
brother.
she wants down.
And a couple clips of her, couple photos of her for your updated
it wants down.
Luna files. So she's gonna go. She's off. She's too full of energy.
It's a kitten. Oh my god, come on.
Little girl to you guys, our new little family member. I'm gonna go from top comments and read through them, even some of the more sassy ones, we'll see what you guys had to say.
No, you didn't read this.
So the first one says, Luna is absolutely precious. She's so confident and sassy and sweet. She is definitely all those things. She has a little sassy personality of her own. When we call her, especially when Jean calls her, she'll run from him, and she thinks it's a game. Running and dive bombing and jumping on top of him. So she's a tough little girl, and
how is this a Q&A?
Make sure that Moo's not being too rough, and he's not. He knows. I think he knows. And it's easier to roll your groceries in the basket.
Oh, okay.
A ton of tiny, and he.
People are like, why do you have a grocery cart? Why do you have a grocery cart? Sanitize that. Take it back over. See, here's the thing. If they were to get sick with you-know-what, then they're going to stroll that back over there, which I highly don't. She uses that around the house. They probably will that puppy down to the laundry room with the laundry in. But take Kroger their cart back. That is just ridiculous to me. Good night. Let's listen. Her excuse.
And I am so happy that they're getting along. I was so worried that it wasn't going to work out, but thankfully to God, that they love each other very much. And if you're wondering, there's a Kroger shopping cart.
Her hair is getting super thin.
I get this question a lot when people see the Kroger shopping carts.
Sorry.
Or the shopping carts. We live across the street from Kroger, and it's easier to roll your groceries in the basket rather than carry a ton of bags. So
you know you got a ton of bags to carry.
we get cat litter and stuff like that, it's easier to...
First off, she's not carrying anything. We all know that. Jen doesn't carry anything. She rides around in an electric wheelchair, so she means for Jean to carry all her stuff, all her crap, all her sausages, all her pre-cooked bacon, all the eggs. Can't carry the eggs, they might break, but we gotta wheel them back. So, no, miss me with that. We know you're not carrying no groceries.
Ahead and roll the basket across the street, and then we just take it back when we're done.
You mean he?
That's why that's there. I know that I get a lot of questions about that. And no, it's not stealing. And yes, they know that we here in the building take the carts off the property as long as we return them. They don't have a problem with that.
See, I totally, don't get me wrong when I say this, like, the elderly people wheeling the buggies, absolutely, absolutely. If it's somebody elderly, say most definitely, but here again, this is a 40, what is she, 46 or 44? Her birthday's coming, guys, don't forget, her birthday's coming, but... somebody in their 40-something, that's in an electric wheelchair needs to take a cart. Get out of Dodge.
All right, the next comment comes from Lisa M. And Lisa says, why? Aren't you all moving soon? I hope it all works out for you and the new cat, but it's going to be a lot. And yes, we are moving soon. And yes, it's going to be a lot. We always knew there was going to be a lot. We knew that we were moving even when I had Peggy and 2 cats then. We know that that's going to be something that has to be a consideration, but we are prepared for that, and we knew that before we got her, so it'll be all right. We have faith that everything will work out very well. The next comment actually comes from Christy Lynn, and Christy says, be very careful with the collar. At her age, she's into everything and can get caught on something very easily. Also, while they love plastic bags, cut the handles off, but better off discarding and giving her paper bags. They're much safer. So you're totally right. The collars can be dangerous at her age because she is into everything. She doesn't wear her collar all the time, and it's mostly when she's supervised, when we're up moving around so we can hear where she's at, so she's not under our feet. Because obviously a wheelchair is not going to be super safe if you roll over her. And even Jean's feet, his big feet, would not be good stuff.
So, yeah. She said it, not me. If you will, over her. First and foremost, why are you giving it plastic bags? I think that is plastic bags specifically say, I don't know if they still do, but I remember they used to. This is not a toy. They never said that a pet toy, but we buy all this other nonsense. Egg bite makers, 50 kinds of egg bite makers, all these food gadgets. Can we not buy this kitten a couple toys? See, this is what I'm talking about here. You got the means for this cat, but you got it no toys. It's playing with plastic bags. Buy the damn cat, or daggone cat, some toys.
On her little paws. So when we're up moving around and doing stuff, it's easier to have a collar on her. We can hear her little jingles. And Moo has the collar too. We just don't put it on them all the time. And the collars are, I will leave a link in the description if you're interested in
yada yada yada.
Cats. Luna had nothing to do with his gender.
See what I mean? It's a cat.
Cypress Ducky at first, and the name Cypress was in there. And we knew that her playing with Moo, they would probably be transferred. So we went ahead and bought the kitten.
So this is another thing I thought was interesting. So the other kitten had fleas. My suspicion would be that Moo has had fleas all along, and these fleas have just been transferred to cat to cat to cat. And here's another tidbit for you. If you don't know, now you know. Fleas can get in your carpet, homie, so it's not just about treating them. Fleas can get in your blankets, your bed, your carpet. Like, there's more to fleas than just buying flea medicine. Then she tells a story about the cat peeing and pooing in the kitchen sink as she's flea treating it. We're not gonna, it's long and drawn out. And she says it's a cute story, that it must have got comfortable enough to take a, it was probably scared you-know-what-less. Cats don't like water from... Petey, what are you doing under there? If you hear noises, it's my dog under Sugar Bear under the desk. But cats don't like water from what I've always gathered, so it was probably scared you-know-what-less. And I'm probably sure it wasn't, oh, this is cool, let's take a bath, yee-haw. It was probably scared and did its business in the kitchen sink. And she just thinks it's the cutest thing ever.
Advanced, or I can't put her in the litter box, so she's gonna have to pee right there. Cats, or are you going to eat less from now on?
Here we go.
I think it was 3 days afterwards I gave her a bath, and this is her little collar.
Oh, Jesus.
It has hearts or stars and moons on it, and for those of you who are wondering, the breakaway, and it just pops up.
This was a whole...
Was an amazing support for me, and I appreciate that still to this day more than if they get stuck on. Say that, please show me where, because it's simply not the truth.
Hold on, she gets mad here.
I have never said I could not. So that's what I used on her after her flea shampoo.
Okay.
Like, it was 2 or 3 days afterwards. I think it was 3
Pete,
days
what are you
afterwards
doing?
I gave her a bath. And
You're
this
shaking
is her
the tripod.
Collar. It has hearts,
Jesus.
stars and moons on
Pete.
it. And for those of you who are wondering, the breakaway, and it just pops apart.
Sorry, I'm really trying to... I'm going to try and figure out, too, I know this is crappy, but I'm going to try and figure out, too, a different format, and I know that some of these are just hard. Some come in clear, but some don't, but I'm going to try and figure out, I know I've been saying that, but... Now we're gaining a little more, which, I mean, I appreciate each and every one of you, but even to me, I hate putting out this quality. So I'm going to try and step up our game a little bit and see what I can't try and figure out for us, but let's get to it.
The collar and mousse is the same, it's just a bigger version. And
oh, Lord have mercy.
So there you go. Alright, so the next comment comes from Roca Palumba, and they said... Why get a new cat when you claimed you could not afford buying proper wet food for your other cats? Or are you going to eat less from now on? Alright, so I did respond back to that person, and I was like, when did I say that? Please show me where, because it's simply not the truth. I have never said I could not afford to feed my cats. I have always provided for my cats. There was a time when I did receive help very early on. It was over 2 years ago, and people offered to help with Piggy's vet bill, and I was very, very grateful, and that was an amazing support for me, and I appreciate that still to this day more than you know. It was during a hard time. It was between pays, and I had very little money.
So we can buy this, that, and the other. She was doing YouTube 2 years ago, but we needed help, and now we've gotten another cat. Makes sense. So who's to say you're not going to hit another rough time? What if there's nobody to help? Well, I'm sorry, I'm sure her tail patters will, but what if there's nobody to help you this time? And, yeah. What happens then?
But I have since set up a fund where I have extra money in it for vet bills and vet expenses, so in case there was an emergency with the cats, that I'm not left without anything, and I do have that money there to pay for that. As far as not being able to afford food, I have never said that I have not been able to afford food for my animals or my cats. My cats are always my first priority. I actually take better care of my cats than I do of myself. I have always bought them food. When I get money, when I get paid, I make sure that I buy the cat food and cat litter and whatever else they need, their vet visits or whatever. It always comes out before anything for myself. Do I eat too much? Yeah. But do my cats, are my cats properly cared for? Absolutely. My cats have never, ever once went hungry. they have always had abundant amounts of food. So this person commented back and linked a video of mine. And obviously what they were referring to is when I said that raw food diets for my cats, that would be expensive. Yeah, raw food, a diet would be expensive for a cat. And I don't think that feeding a cat canned cat food, whether it's Iams or Fancy Feast or Purina, I don't think that is improper diet for a cat. There are many types of foods that people feed to their cats, and I have had cats all of my life. I have never fed any of them a raw food cat diet. Ever.
So time out. This is another thing I'm going to say. So she's had cats all of her life, but was bedbound. So I'm assuming that her mother, when her mother was around, took care of the cat. So how do you change a litter box if you're bedbound? How do you make sure your cats need to make sure they do need, if you have a thick-haired cat like she does, and it looks like this new kitten, they do need brushed, they do need taken care of, hence, you need your floor steam cleaned, the flea eggs might be in it. How do you do all this when you don't get up and move around? Like I said, there was a comment, I think we might have skipped it, about them moving. I do not believe that in any shape, way, or form. I think this is her security blanket. If Jean left, she would be just not knowing what incarnation to do. You've got old Krogels across the street. I do not believe they're moving. I still don't believe the Bogster has a job. There's just so much time for trolling, you know. Somebody made a comment the other day, and it was a really, really good comment on another channel, that what if Jean gets paid by the government to take care of her as her caregiver? There's a comment, and look, I did look for that video about the drunk driving. Dude, that is gone. That part is gone. I can't find it, you guys. I was going to react. I know people wanted me to see that. They mentioned it. It is gone. I don't know if the backlash or he knew it was coming. It is gone. He probably read y'all's comments and but that is gone.
And they have lived to be, and my oldest cat lived to be over 18 years old, close to 19 years old.
All right. Basically, she's snarky, and she says she takes care of her animals. Well, your mom probably took care of your animals before then. So, I'm sure Jean now does probably the litter boxes, hauling it to the trash, etc. If she does do it, she sits in this chair and probably does a half you-know-what job.
Even cats do require play and care, looking after them can be more challenging when you're in a chair. I just wonder if these constant additions to your life are just filling a void within you that seems intolerable. I think the first priority before cat adoption should be inpatient care, but I've suggested that before.
100.
You don't seem to ever take the initiative with it. Okay, first of all, there are lots and lots of people who are in wheelchairs that care for animals. I have been more independent and been able to do more for myself since being in a chair than I was able to do before I was, because I was not able to walk long distances or be up and be mobile as
You're
much
still
as I am
not
now.
walking long distances.
I have taken care, and there was another comment that I probably won't get to, but somebody said about
another
if
comment
Jean
she don't
leaves,
want
then
to
I'll
get
be stuck
to.
with 2 cats on my own, and I won't be able to care for them. I have been on my own for 10 years now, and it was just my 10th anniversary, actually.
Dude, you used to have your cousin take the trash out and go to the store for you. When you are self-sufficient, 100%, do not rely on Jean. Do not rely on your cousin. Do not rely on anybody. That is being on your own. There's a difference between living in your own spot and being on your own. When you're self-sufficient, get your own groceries, do your own house cleaning, taking your own trash out, etc., 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 that's being on your own.
Of living here, being on my own. And I have cared for my animals before Jean got here a year ago, on my own. I had no help. I've had family members help me with things that I need, like doctors and
taking the
grocery shopping and
trash
stuff
out.
like that. But as far as taking care of my apartment, taking care of myself, I've never had anybody else help me. So I'm very capable of caring for cats. I have, I can lean over and clean a litter pan. I'm certainly able to play with my cats.
I can lean over and clean out the litter pan. Didn't say I can get up and clean out the litter. I can lean over and clean out the litter pan. How much, I'm not even going to say it, because you know what I'm about to say, and I'm sure y'all saying it. Starts with the L, baby. Starts with the L. That litter box is probably yikes. It doesn't mean just because you dump the litter out. You got to scrub that thing out. You got to make sure there's no stuff. No, it's just more, yeah, you can spot clean it, but I had a cat, like I said, when I was young, but there's more to just dumping the litter out. That box will contain cat, pee has a very, very, and I love cats, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying there's more to cleaning at the litter box. You got to make sure that it's not seeped down in the plastic. Give it a little scrubberooski. Nah, man. I can lean down. Get the heck out of here.
Is cats filling a void in my life? No, I don't think it is. I love cats. I know that there are people that have cats that I don't think that having a pet, maybe it does fill a void. I don't know. I've never really given it.
She don't know. She just likes cats.
People get pets because they like pets. Is it something that helps me to, I don't know, sometimes it helps me with my anxiety to love on a cat.
Anxiety about what? What is this anxiety? I told you I've had agoraphobia and beat it and stayed in the house for a year, and that's a whole nother entity we'll get into in a video. I do have some other, story times and stuff coming up about me, but anxiety about what? If Gene really does have a job, he's the one out working. What do you got anxiety of? Cleaning out a cat box that you don't stand up to make sure is properly clean? What here's the anxiety? Which can you afford which egg bite maker's coming out this week? You don't have the freshest new 2020 heart-shaped double heart egg maker? Come on now. Anxiety over what?
Animals can be therapy. But that has nothing to do with inpatient care. That's completely nothing to do with this video at all. So, alright, we're going to stay on the negative train, it seems like. And this one is from Sarah Ann. And Sarah Ann says, so the government pays you to exist, and you can just go and get another pet and spend your money however you damn well please, since your rent is probably close to nothing.
Close to
Seems
nothing?
to me if you can afford pets,
I'm mad about that.
Care, then you should afford to be paying full rent. First of all, I've said this in the past, and I will say it many times again, and I'm sure many people are not going to believe me, but I don't care. I am not on any kind of government assistance any longer. That's nobody's business. First of all,
we're not going to go there, but
there are many people that spend their government assistance on drugs, on alcohol, on...
Whoa, wait a minute here. And I'm not condoning, I'm a recovering addict, you know that. There are many people that spend their money on drugs. Isn't food your drug? Isn't that your... So, what are we, like, what? I don't understand here. What are you throwing a little jab that... Okay, everybody's got problems. You spend your money all up on food and food machines. And I'm not condoning drug use. That's not what I'm saying here. That's not where I'm going. You can tell look at her face in this. How am I going to answer this one?
Numerous other things that probably shouldn't be spending it on. The government gives you money to exist and to live on. They don't tell you how to use that money. So
it's
whatever
to
someone
live,
decides
rent,
to use that
bills,
money on is their personal
etc.
business and is no business of anybody else's. But I don't have to worry about that anymore because that's not an issue for me. Second of all, about my rent, I pay over $500 a month in rent for my apartment. Gene works full time and contributes to the apartment bills, and his income is factored in my rent. So we pay full rent now. There's like no discounted rent for me anymore.
She can't look at the camera. If you notice, she keeps looking to the side, like, I don't know. I'm having a hard time believing all this.
Gene is working, and I feel good about that. The less I have to rely on
Look
the
away,
government,
look
the better you
away,
feel, because
look away.
you do feel like bad about yourself.
Look away, look away.
I did feel bad, and it becomes too easy to get complacent and
I don't believe that.
Take advantage of that. So I am very proud of myself for not being able on government assistance. I do not get food stamps. I do not get any kind of assistance whatsoever. I pay my bills. Gene pays our bills, and we pay our bills together.
I thought I had to look. I was like, is she still got a shirt on?
I don't know.
Look like.
Then Sarah Ann goes on to, I did respond to her, and she went on to respond again.
But she don't read
and
the comments, y'all.
Paid for.
I did not listen. All the naked. I did respond to this one. Dude, you read the comments. You watch all the stuff. You read these comments over here. You read all your comments. Come on now. And she's gained a couple more subscribers. I'm like, you gotta be.
Or by government funds. Don't forget that gem. People who make a good living have a hard time paying for health care, so I highly doubt you pay your own way in health coverage. This person is nitpicking. Yes, I do get Medicaid, and my medical insurance is paid for by the government, by the state, whoever pays for it. I don't know.
I don't know.
But again, a lot of people have that, not just me. I don't take advantage of that. I don't go to the doctor unnecessarily. I go when I need to. I go have things taken care of that I need to. So yeah, like I said, that person is nitpicking. And anybody who has the time to worry that much about my finances and about how I'm existing, maybe you need to look more at what you're doing and worry less about what other people are doing. I don't know, just a thought.
I don't know, just a thought.
Party says she is too cute. Love the name. Thank you very much.
Oh, the cat. Whoops.
Airy Nothing says, what a beautiful baby girl. Good luck. It looks like she's taken to you.
Dude, she totally. Oh, come on, man.
I'm going to try to get him to edit some more of my videos for me.
Oh, Gene is a jack of all trades. I know I said this before, but he's been editing her videos. So, okay, so if he's got a full-time job, but he's editing your videos, what is she contributing here? She can't even take care of her own YouTube channel?
Like I said, he does a lot better job than I do. Or at least have him teach me how he does it, because I have no clue. He's been using iMovie a lot less than shorter time than I have, and I still don't know how to do some of those things. So he is very talented in that. Mia Me says, sweetest little baby ever.
Oh
Happy
my
baby
God.
to Moo. Thank you for giving us this baby a wonderful, loving home. It was our pleasure to take her in and give her a home. She is, I guess, very rare that he does that these days. Gene does not like that, and I respect that.
Oh, about the cats on the counter. So, yeah, so, guys, that's pretty much it. It was a cat Q&A. That is pretty much what it all boiled down to. Yeah, that was one of the worst Q&As I have seen in my entire life. Look at Petey under here. She is a mess. Anyways, that was ridiculous. I'm sorry, you guys. I know that was absolutely boring. I don't know. Maybe we'll take a trip to Amy Land. There's been a couple things shaking. Not really nothing too exciting. But let's just maybe we'll check out one more video. See what's shaking somewhere. Let me know about this. A couple people mentioned that maybe take a... I was like, how did my hair get over there? take a peek at her old channel, the Small Town Big Girl. I guess they're just, she literally laid on her stomach and just filmed in the bed. I'm sure, well, this ain't interesting in any shape, way, or form, but maybe we'll watch a video or two, just check it out. See, I notice her personality has changed a little bit now that Gene's around. It's like that, oh, I've got a man, snarky, but nothing's ever guaranteed in life. Be careful. But I don't know, man. I think that if she moves, I don't believe she's going to move, but I guess we'll see. That if she moves and Gene were to leave her, it definitely wouldn't be pretty. And I'm not wishing that on anybody, just to clear that up. I don't wish Gene would leave her, none of that. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying she's pretty much immobile. She doesn't walk. She doesn't fend for herself. She leans over to clean the litter box. That's absolutely ridiculous. So, all right, you guys, have a great day, great night, depending when you're watching this. I know I'm a little more raspy. Like I said, the weather's been weird. Hot, cold, hot, cold. I painted a camper. We do got camper stuff coming up, so it will be coming. I'm about to upload some of that, and we're going to get down there, and I'm going to kind of show you what I've done. It's little fragments and stuff still needs finished, but we'll take a trip down there. I know it's been a minute. But, alright, make sure you leave a thumbs up, comment. Wasn't this one of the worst Q&As ever? It was a freaking, what I skipped through was the cat parts. It was a cat Q&A. That was it. So, I love you guys so much. I will see you later, and maybe we'll do another vid. Kai out.